welcome back to Jordan Price Podcast, Episode 3, Part 2 with Chris Meyer. We talked a lot about farming and some other things. Got a little bit political on things, but in a good way.
Yeah.
In a good way. He he had a lot of good stuff to say, and then let's face it, I had to piss. I had to pee. I had to pee really bad. I was like over here like, oh God. Please, mister. I'm done. So we're gonna just do a short end of this episode 3, part 2 with Chris Meyer talking about farming. So let's go ahead and go to Chris. This is his first time on the podcast, and let's kind of see where you feel about this, like as far as what you've experienced so far on the podcast, and be truthful. Don't lie.
I mean, it's interesting. I've never been on one of these before. Like I said, when we were in a real break, it was interesting the segues we had through conversations.
Yeah. I'm really good at, like, we could take one topic and I could somehow just, like, branch it to another and then have fun with it. And you did a really good job with that. And it was funny because I was talking to Mark and I was like, yeah, I'm going to surprise him because I'm going to totally go off topic and see how he handles it. And you did a great job. I was actually very surprised how good you went with it. But
Yeah.
that goes to show with, having people on. I know a lot of people that I've brought on over the years that have never been on camera, my dad included, and just how it's funny how, like, naturally good they were with it.
Yeah.
And I tell a lot of people that, like, they're like, is there a difference between you're just doing the video and actually going live? And I'm like, yes, there is a huge difference. Because when you're going live, then I have another person here because people that write comments, then we have to answer.
Right.
That's where it gets weird.
I mean, with this pre-recorded, it's kind of easy because you can kind of forget about the camera and just sit there and conversate like normal. And
yeah, so it's totally different. It's totally different when it comes to this. And I can't wait to have you back on and have Mark on as well, maybe all three of us, and then also getting Brian on as well. He's never been on camera either, so it's going to be definitely something different to watch him.
I've kind of been on camera before. I've been on TV.
Cops?
No. Quit it. Can't prove shit.
That never happened. I was paid to be on that show.
No, it was, I was at the FFA state convention a few years back and they had a news crew there kind of covering him a little bit. And I went and done a little interview for him, like, how'd you end up here? What's the story? Well, it's just, I grew up farming and fucking got into high school, joined the FFA, and enjoy it.
So you're a gun owner. What's your favorite? And I've seen you shoot. You're a pretty good fucking shot. We used to shoot tannerite and shit out of marks all the time. Sunday fun days.
Oh yeah, we used to do them all the time. Like about
Sunday
once a month at least, we'd have a
Sunday fun day.
Yeah.
Blowing shit up. Putting oil drums like 150 feet up in the sky. Like
the amount of random shit we found around Mark's place that we threw up in the air with tannerite.
No kidding. I remember I brought this girl I was seeing out there, and she's never been around explosions and guns and stuff like that, and she had a blast.
Oh yeah.
And I remember doing a couple of shots, surprising some other folk that like can't believe you could shoot like that. I'm like, well, I'm a good shot when it comes to like certain recoils because obviously I'm not a big guy. So
I mean, you did pretty good with my 17 HMR.
that was a fun gun to shoot. I really enjoyed that one.
It's a little high-powered rifle.
Yeah, and like I actually have some of the bullets I kept that were the bad shots.
Yeah.
But I just kept them for remembrance things, you know.
Right, little mementos. And...
Yeah, same with like my AK-47 bullets that wouldn't shoot. Keep those. But
nothing like the day we were out there though. It was a random Saturday. We were out there just fucking off shooting. Me, Mark, and Toby were, and we had the 22s out, just kind of fucking around with them. And I really fucked with Mark because we were sitting on the edge of the pond and we were shooting cans and whatnot.
Right.
And I went and reloaded, but I had a box of the pest loads.
Oh,
bird
yeah.
shot for a 22.
Yeah.
And I loaded it up with those, and he's sitting there, ting, ting. Why the fuck can I hit anything with this? I was just nailing shit at 40 yards with this, and I can't hit shit at 20.
Gotcha.
And then I pulled out the box of shells I loaded it with. You motherfucker.
Got him. Man, so many good times we had out there. And the more to come.
Oh, yeah.
Like I was telling Chris, I was like, I got a whole freaking closet with a bag full of fucking fireworks I still haven't shot yet. Like, just sitting in there. And they're like, a lot of people are like, well, don't they go bad? I'm like, well, it depends on where they're...
Yeah, how much moisture's in the...
Yeah, if they're, like, outside, you know, like hot, cold, you know, like humid. But these have just been sitting in my closet, literally. Just sitting in my closet, just waiting. But I don't... were you there whenever I was shooting them in between my legs?
No, that was the year I was over the road and couldn't make it home.
Oh, yes, you were over the road. Okay.
Yeah, I was up in northern Wisconsin for that one.
Yeah, TikTok took them down. They TikTok took them down because it was too graphic for viewers. But I remember I was in mode and I was at Mark's and I had a bunch of mortars and stuff and I like put them like in between my legs and just had Levi light them off and they were just... You don't realize the pressure, the recoil. I was bruised from my ding dang all the way down to my fucking kneecaps.
Yeah.
Like black and purple and white. Like just nasty bruises. And I did it not only laying on my back, a couple on my stomach. I lit a cake on my chest. That one really fucked with me.
I imagine that one kind of hurt a little bit.
Yeah, that one hurt. Especially, and it's only by the grace of God that the last one that went off, the box was moving, but the box was so hot I couldn't grab it with my hands.
Yeah.
So I just said, screw it, and I went like this, and the last shot went downward.
Ooh.
And if the box would have been more this way, it would have just went straight into my chest. But it went to the side of right here, and it burnt my shirt. And I still have the shirt that it did it to, and the pants, because they both caught on fire at that time.
Well,
and I was like, oh, crap. Well, then we ended up leaving, and that next morning, and then we ended up going a couple weeks later to Mark and Lauren's place in town.
Yeah, because that was right when they were moving.
Yeah. And Levi had his electric skateboard.
Yeah.
And we put it on the steps and watched where it landed, because he would drive it off and watch where the nose landed down. And this is a heavy skateboard.
Yeah.
It's got a huge battery on it. It's very heavy. Yep. And this is probably why I don't have kids, because I've taken a lot of shots. But so we finally marked it, and whenever we knew where it'd fall every time, that's where I spread my legs and I laid on the ground and I took a nut shot.
Yeah.
With electric skateboard.
I remember that night. That was right. That was right when I come home off the road officially.
Yep. I took one to the shin, the forehead, and I took a nut shot. I think you took a hit, didn't you, on the shin, wasn't it?
Yeah, I took one on the shin.
Yeah, and then whenever I told you I was going to take one on a nut shot, you're like, you're fucking dumb. And I did. But TikTok, again, took it down. Apparently. But it's okay for Jackass to do it, but if I do it, then, they'll leave it up for them. But if I do it, then I automatically get my video taken down.
Well, that's like one of my favorite jokes ever. When Miley Cyrus is half naked and looks at Hammer It's Art, when I do it, I get kicked out of the fucking Home Depot. That's some horse shit, if you ask me.
Yeah, ain't that about a fucking pip, huh? My favorite. I think my favorite time was when we were all sitting outside of the Office pub in Effingham. And Suede was there. And I ended up, I had a mortar on my chest and I was holding it like this. I did have a little metal plate that I put, so in case if it did.
Go off out of the tube and went off in the tube, you were a little protected.
Right, and I got blown up. I had that little metal piece and I'm holding it. And then I remember Suede saying, let's put another one in between your legs. We can light them at the same time. And I'm like, let's do it. And I remember Jason, not last names, not saying last names. I remember Jason coming out. And he's like, what the fuck are you guys doing? And I'm like, let it happen. And then he lit it, and then it just went. And I felt, and the wind got taken out of my I just like, well, and then next thing you know, and I felt my balls like literally hit up into my chest, and I'm like, oh my god, and then it shot off, and I just remember laying there, and I heard somebody yell. I don't know if it was you or if it was Trey. Trey said, cops! And I was like, get me above the ground. And I was like, holy crap. Oi. Hey, quit. No fighting. But I was like, oh my god. I think it was Trey that yelled cops. And I was like, oh fuck. And I just fucking got up. And I still couldn't breathe. I remember going to the bathroom and I puked. Quit. Hey. Come here. Want to say hi? Look at you. Oh, cute. This is Shadow. Oh, boy. Yeah, go boy. Go boys. But yeah, dude, the good times we've had. And a lot of people, call me crazy for this shit. Lighting myself on fire, jumping off a house and onto a trampoline, and just
shit, when I was a little kid, we used to jump off the hay pile and land on the dirt floor of the barn. I mean, the hay pile, it'd be 20, 30 bales up.
I mean, you gotta think though, now look at kids now. All they do is on the internet, playing video games and all this other stuff. And then it's funny because I have a lot of my friends that have a little bit older kids. What'd you do for fun back in the day? And I'm like,
well, we took
stuff
BB
that
guns
you could not do now.
We took BB guns and airsoft guns and shot each other with them.
Yeah, we used to have. That's a good story. 4th of July party, a couple of different times. We did the Roman candles, Roman candle wars. We're walking around with
each one of us has
8 or 9 more.
10 to 12 freaking Roman candles sitting in our pockets,
just running around, just army. Who cares if your car's there? Innocent bystanders, duck.
Stay in the shed or be a part of the war.
Or don't even get in the shed because that's where the war happened.
Nah, usually the shed was kind of home base if you had to resupply or.
Never stopped us though.
Yeah, I mean we'd shoot into there, but.
Mark's the one that I remember. I was sitting in there and I was like, "Oi, hey,
hey,
attaboy." that. But we would be sitting, and I remember Mark coming in there, and he had like 3 of them, and he was just like shooting them. And I'm trying to reload, and I'm like, safety, safety, safety.
There ain't no safety, motherfucker.
There's no safety. I'm like, there's gas cans sitting around in there, and I'm
Propane
like,
tanks and everything else
just like, who cares? Like, and that's what I try to explain to people. Lemmy, quit. But I remember I brought a girl I was seeing at the time out there, well, one of them. And I was like, just so you know, you can go in the house. That's probably your safest bet, maybe.
Yeah.
If Lauren's there, it's safe. But if she's
Be near
not,
Lauren, nobody messes with her.
yeah. When the queen's in the house, no explosives.
Yes.
But it was just, dude, we had so much fun, and I will cherish days like that for the rest of my life, and how I'm still alive, doing half the crap we did.
How any of us are alive these days
Yeah,
is
no
a goddamn
shit.
miracle.
Like, you heard our parents talking about like lawn darts and stuff and all that, and it's like lawn darts. We used to shoot mortars at each other. Hey.
I still remember one time we were in the middle of a Roman candle war and we'd use the small little 1 3/4 mortars as grenades in them wars, right? Well, that one was just me, Mark, and Toby in it, and cause it was the night before the 4th of July party.
Oh, the pre-party before the
Yeah.
party. Yeah.
And
Always the best parties is the pre-party.
we got everything set up out back, and then we started drinking, and we started having the Roman candle war, and I launched one of those little 1 3/4 mortars under the Subaru when it was sitting in front of the shed there.
Oh, yeah, the dead zone.
Yeah, I fucking launched it under there because I knew Mark was just on the other side of the Subaru, and he didn't have any mortars on him to use as grenades. Well, I didn't quite get it all the way under the Subaru to the other side. So it was like 3/4 of the way to the other side, and it went off. Which, I mean, the initial hit made it go the rest of the way out, but still, motherfucker, watch what you're doing. There's gas in the tank, and hell. It wasn't going to put open flame to the gasoline. Unless you got massive gas leaks under there I didn't know about, but we found out you didn't.
Dude, remember that fucking Dodge Neon sat out there? We put the fucking cake boxes in there and mortars and a bunch of other shit and fucking destroyed that fucking car. It was like, yeah, it was like, I remember watching people leave because we were getting wild.
Yeah.
And just blowing anything we can get our hands, like that little stick of dynamite.
Yeah, the little,
He put it in that plastic skull, and it just set shrapnel all over the place.
yeah.
And I'm like, I didn't know. I thought it was just like an M80 or something fun, just like a little fucking. No, I didn't know it was a fucking half stick of dynamite or quarter. Or was it a quarter?
Yeah, it was a quarter.
Yeah, a quarter stick of dynamite. And this, dude, I did not. I was expecting just like. No, it was just like. My ears rang, and I'm like, oh my goodness. Like, it was.
Remember the year?
Wild.
Remember that year Phil came out with a couple full
Let
sticks?
me quit. Hey, quit. Sorry, I'm yelling at my dogs.
Remember the year that one old boy come out with a couple full sticks?
Oh yes, that was wild. Stop fighting. Yeah, no, that was that. Good night. I remember Mark coming out with a shotgun.
Dude, my favorite time
blowing
out
that
there.
fucking snake away, like a freaking put him into smithereens.
My favorite one out there is when he used it for the fucking hornet's nest that was on the side of the trailer.
Oh yeah, yeah.
When he had that hornet's nest on the
I wasn't there for that one.
east end of it. Yeah,
I watched the video. But I wasn't there for that.
I watched that shit live. That was great. Like,
Dude.
he shot. They started swarming him. He took off, fell halfway through the yard, dropped the gun, left it, kept running.
Yeah, that's why. Like, I try to explain to people, and I'm like, man, I was like, how do you survive through it? And I'm like, it's only by the grace of God, brother. It's, I don't know. I remember this wasn't out of Marks, but I was living in Tennessee. Oi, quit. Yeah, I'll stop you. I remember I was sitting in Tennessee and I was hanging out with some friends that I met out there, and there was a creek right by there, and they took some little flotation laying down bed devices and they put it down the creek, and then they duct tape propane tanks to it.
Made a little homemade propane bomb.
Yeah, and then they just sent it down the creek a little bit, and then next thing you know, and I was like, holy crap. And then I was like drinking, obviously, that night, and I was like, I got an idea. And they're like, what's your idea? I'm like, you got that fucking deep freeze. Like, we should put some tannerite in a propane tank in there and shoot it. So we marked it, with spray paint to where we need to hit at.
Right.
And fucking, we hit that, and I'm right behind a tree, and I fucking first shot, nail it. Kaboom! The lid comes flying, hits the fucking tree. I am literally right where it started coming this way, but then by the grace of God, I don't know if it was the wind or just the way it moved, but it was, because if it would have kept going this way, it would hit me straight in the face and fucking kill me.
Yeah.
But it somehow went like this and hit the tree, and it got stuck in the tree like a taco, like this way. And I was like, oh my God. I almost died. I called my mom. Oi! Quit. I called my mom, and I showed her a picture, and she's like, I don't like this. I don't like this at all. Just when I thought you couldn't get any dumber. And I'm like, well, I'm fine.
It's like one of
First shot, first hit.
It's like one of my favorite memes. Please don't tell me you get stupid when you get around you and your boys, and it's Robin Hood Men and Tights. Oh, merry men.
Oh, merry men. Hang on, I guess we can do it. Oh, merry men. Yeah. I have another one too. You want to hear this one?
Go for it.
Alright, but you gotta say something first.
What do I gotta say?
Say something.
Sounds like we were doing helium.
Hell yeah. How about this one?
What's this one? Okay.
Oh, then we go back to normal.
Yeah.
But, well, as the fun that we've had doing this for the episode part 2, episode 3, we're going to take it to an end. And as I'm snapping at the dogs because they finally want to play because they just woke up.
Yeah.
Let me quit.
The first part, hour and 15 minutes, they were sleeping.
They were just laying right here, all fine and dandy. Nothing problem.
Now that we're trying to do the last 30 minutes of this thing or so, it's...
Yeah, they're all about who's...
playing King of the Hill,
Yeah, they're fucking King of the Mountain. But anyways, so I want to give a huge shout out to not only you guys, make sure you like, subscribe to Jordan Bride's podcast, but also huge shout out to Chris Meyer. See, look at you. You're fucking knocking shit over. Quit! But knocking stuff over along with the dog. See, he's shaking off the. Yeah, go in the room. You got a whole ass room in there. But big shout out to him for coming on, and big shout out to you guys. Chris, go ahead and say your goodbyes, and we'll go ahead and end this bad boy.
Well, Jordan, thank you for having me on. As always, it's a pleasure. And
yes, can't wait to have you back on.
oh yeah,
We're gonna have a next one. We're gonna have a freaking hell of a time.
oh yeah.
It's gonna be a lot different.
Hell, one of these days, but I'll try to do one like out by the pond, the farm.
That would be really cool. I like doing outside stuff,
Right.
and with there not being much traffic on that road, it would be even better. Plus, probably down there you wouldn't hear much.
Right.
But alrighty, well, thanks to Chris and thanks to you guys for tuning in. As always, whenever I end a podcast, I like to say a little prayer, and a big thanks to a lot of people that watch. Like I said, don't forget to subscribe, like, and share. We're a different podcast. We like to have a lot more different fun. And say things and just have a good time. Viewer discretion is advised when you watch these podcasts. Never know what we will say.
Or do, or
Exactly, yeah. Maybe one I'll light a firework off in between my legs again. I don't know if I can handle that. 3 weeks of that fucking suck.
yeah.
Nothing like peeing blood for 3 weeks.
Oh yeah, yeah. It's a great time.
Wet. Fucking dogs. They were just fine. But as always, God bless you. Take care. I'm going to leave us out in prayer. Lord, I thank you so much. God bless you for all the work that you do in our lives. I ask you to bless this country and the people that are fighting to keep it safe, men and women overseas. I ask you to watch over them and their families, and may you put your shield around them to where they will be free and safe from harm of the enemy. Lord, I ask you to bless everybody in this country that is fighting for nothing but the good. I ask you to bless the Kirk family and our president and our leaders, and may they see your word and move towards good things in your mighty name. And I say this in your amazing, awesome name, Father. I say this in your amazing name. Amen.
Amen.
Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Like I said, make sure you like, subscribe, follow, and God bless you. Take care. Sorry I was yelling out the dogs, but they had their nap. They did a good 1 hour nap.
Oh yeah, yeah.
They had a great nap. Now I gotta take them out before they
Destroy everything in here.
Right? Yeah, they need to get rid of some energy apparently. But like I said, thank you guys so much. God bless you, and I cannot wait to hear your response. And if you ever need prayers or anybody you need to talk to, always feel free to message Jordan Price Podcast. If you need prayers, don't be afraid to ask. We're here and we'll always be there, just like our Lord is. And thank you again, and I'm going to close out. Thank you, Chris, for coming on, brother.
Yeah, no problem, man.
It's such a great time. I can't wait to have him back on. It was just fun. This was really fun.